Hello and welcome to Rule of Thirds, a conversation about art, design and culture with your hosts
Burns,
Mike
and Jude.
If this is your first time listening, welcome to the family. Be sure to follow us on our Instagram at Rule of Thirds Pod. Don't be shy to say hi.
A question about the arts and the craft. If you didn't know, then it's good that you asked. You tune into the culture. This the rule of thirds. If you want to, you could tune at work, yeah. And tell me, does that frame fit good? Does it feel right? You want to steal a photo for your website, but you want a logo we can design, right? Yeah.
Manipulation comes in different forms. Often we can forget that creators are the biggest manipulators. Disagree or agree? Let us know. We hope you enjoyed this episode and be sure to share your thoughts with us at Rule of Thirds Pod.
Yeah, so I have to do after church.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to Peterborough tomorrow.
Ooh, what's going on there?
It's called 61 Psalm Christian Festival.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
There's actually no church service tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Everyone's going to it,
majority
I'm
of you guys
assuming.
going.
Yeah,
Oh,
everyone's
nice.
So
We're live, aren't we?
We are.
we're live.
Does it sound better?
It sounds amazing.
Ooh.
We're back in.
I like that.
Yeah. I like
I like that.
that. Okay.
Welcome back.
Yeah, man.
Welcome back.
Yeah. We're back, man. Get me.
What's good, everybody?
Good, man. I've been doing, Go on, Shayu.
Eh?
Wait, what?
I'm joking. I mean Jaye.
I mean, Shayub.
No, I've been doing Jaye.
What does
Yeah,
that mean
yeah.
It
again?
means I've been doing like fun. I've been enjoying
I was
myself.
gonna say he was doing Owambe, but let me relax.
What's- wait, what's that? What's that? What's
Way
that?
too soon.
Oh
What's that?
Not even let even
I'm
like.
sorry.
It's not even 1 minute
What is
in.
that? What is that?
It's not even 1 minute in. Nah.
What is that?
If you know, you know. If
No,
you
don't do
you
that.
know.
Is it a mad thing? Is it a mad thing?
No. Oh, you probably didn't see it.
I
The
can't
whole-
believe this.
It was right. They said Jaye, so I was like, okay, you might as well say Owambe as well.
What's the one?
See, I'm not Yoruba before I get dragged, but along the lines of like party.
Yeah.
It's similar, like fun and stuff.
Celebration, that kind of
Okay.
thing, but there was like a bit of like controversy because like
Context,
somebody had like a candle line and they put certain things.
Who is
on
this
the candle
someone?
line. I'm not trying to. Are we getting into that
it's
now?
not. We didn't make it up. It's not like we're
We
accusing
didn't.
anybody. These are just facts.
Okay.
I'm the fan originator of this term.
No. It's a
No,
Yoruba. So
I mean,
Yoruba
I'm the fan originator of the candles.
Basically a YouTuber.
Named.
God, are we doing this? Why do I feel like the shade bearer?
This just
reporting live from
Oh, my
the
days.
borough of but yeah, basically Jackie Aina, YouTuber, she does
her.
like makeup and stuff.
She's massive.
She's a candle. She calls herself the candle lady, Sha, but she's got a candle line.
The
but,
candle lady.
yeah,
Wow.
but has this brand Forever Mood. It's been doing really well. People really like it.
Oh wait,
but-
so she had candles prior to this?
yeah, this wasn't the first initial release. Like she's been doing it for like maybe
okay.
I want to say like 2 years.
And is that the
plus.
branding that has been consistent?
No. So
Okay, 'cause I was
it's
gonna-
like a theme of candles, right? So like normally they're like,
Like a vibe or
a vibe or
that,
chill,
like,
but there's
yeah.
certain, there's certain like what's the like AAVE, like
Yeah.
vernacular like slang that's
yeah.
used like for the candles, but she's American, so
Yeah.
Black American, so
Okay,
it's
so
calm.
almost like it's lit candle.
Yeah.
Or it's
Exactly.
Hey,
But
that's
she's
kinda hard
she's
if it's
half
lit.
Black American, half Nigerian.
Nigerian.
So obviously there's that.
But she knows her roots, though, innit?
I don't want to speak for her and I don't want to speak for the people, but some would say, you know how some African Americans, or like, let me actually be broader, people in the diaspora,
Yeah.
some parts of the diaspora can have a very interesting relationship with like their culture and cultural background.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they know some things, but they don't know all of it, or they can speak their language, or they can't speak their language.
Yeah.
People would assume with her that maybe she's not as deeply connected, but again, I don't want to speak on behalf of
But from
anybody.
what we can
Well, from
see.
the response, that's how people have taken it. So basically, she released a line of candles based around this theme of Owambe, which is like, celebration, partying. I'm not Yoruba, so I don't know the full terms of, these things. But yeah, Owambe is along those lines. But then she had 4 candles from that line. What were they called? Something like was it Soft Life?
Oh, there was a soft life?
Let me double check. Basically, there were like phrases like and things to do with like Nigerian culture.
Phrases.
And then unfortunately, one of them was called Sorosuke.
Which is
it translates to like speak louder,
Speak up, yeah.
or speak up. But that was used a lot for the NSARS protests that were happening in Nigeria at the time.
See, when you're not cultured, you make mistakes like this.
That's the thing. But I actually, because Tez shared it in the group, she actually did speak on it on Instagram and made a YouTube video.
Apologizing thing.
No. Like around
Before
around the time of the movement,
Yeah.
she actually like put a post up on Instagram about it. But people were saying that she wasn't speaking up about anything. I don't know if she posted that after people like were telling her to speak up, because there was, you know how like Tiwa Savage was at Beyonce to like speak up, because this was when she like dropped the gift. So for me, I understood why.
Oh
she
yeah,
kind of said
that was context. Yeah, because you're doing the African album, but then when African problems arise,
you know, you're
was-
quiet
yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah,
It's the same way, like, okay, you want to use us as an aesthetic, but then when it comes to like touring in those places, you won't really go. So that was like the issue, and then from that candle, it was like, okay, you didn't speak up about this issue, but then you now want to release and create a candle line based off of that. It seems quite insensitive, so people were just like really like, dragging her. But I know she's put an apology out, but I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes the streets are very unforgiving. So
Yeah.
Well, we all make mistakes, man.
So that's the context of that joke. Which
But it's just
You know what it is, yeah.
It
Everyone
just
makes
seems
silly mistakes, sometimes.
but
But I guess you know what it is. Maybe because this is on Twitter.
Yeah.
You know what it is. I feel like sometimes when you're disconnected from what's actually happening, you see things from a more neutral point of view. And for me, this sounds like she's just not cultured. Well, she knows her culture, but that there's certain like nuances in terms of like, culture that you wouldn't know. So for example, like English is like a basic level. But then you get to like maybe East London, West London, South London. Everyone's got their own little something, and certain terms may not make sense.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? In that context, so I feel like It's
No, I hear that. It's just I think what I found funny was the fact that there was a whole party.
Yeah, it was like a whole launch.
Yeah, with like I think even Kevin Stage was there.
Yeah, like he's been a big support. The thing again, context, like he's been a big supporter of like Jackie. I feel like a lot of them as YouTubers, like they celebrate
each other,
one another. So like when I saw him, I was like, oh okay, it's Kev. But then obviously when you used to see the candle names, you're like, but I guess also the aesthetic of the event was kind of like
everyone was wearing like kind of like a
traditional, like let me not say traditional, like printed Ankara, or like you have like Black Americans wearing like ghillie and a like dress.
So
or, like,
that's what robbed me. I was like, okay, hold on, what's happening here?
Like, so someone would even call it like the Wakandification. I can't remember the person that came up with the term. Yeah, but like almost using these things for like the aesthetic. But then
it's like putting on like it's almost like costume.
A costume, and
then it's like when you don't need it, you can just go back to wearing your. Whatever.
It's so important to understand culture, though, man.
Yeah.
Facts.
I was gonna ask a question, but before we get into that, because I feel like we always do this, we do like, oh, how's everyone? Then one thing.
We don't care about each other. That's why.
But how are you, Jude?
I'm good, man.
Yeah.
Less than highly favored. Yeah.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Oh.
Amen.
That's it. How are you? Am I a stripper?
Burns through $1.
I'm keeping this though.
Yeah,
that's another thing that people will be like, oh, that's weird. Like, you know how when you spray people, Burns just threw $1 at
we did this last week as well.
Did we?
Yeah, because we were talking about the spraying of money.
Right.
And we were saying about
like how people like conflate to like
I can't
stripper
lie.
culture and stuff. But
I went to a beautiful, beautiful wedding past 2 days. And it was just like I think even I don't know, it just feels like it is just like, man, like I'm happy for you, man. Let me just spray you something. Let me bless you.
Jeez.
You know what I mean? Like it's just I actually really like that aspect of throwing money, you know.
I swear.
Yeah.
Does it make you feel rich?
It does, doesn't it?
I can't lie.
With your shades.
You know what it was, it's because my inner pocket was very heavy.
Hey.
So obviously when
my pocket was fat.
when I was distributing the peas and that.
Money man bird.
Like aggressively spraying on people.
I wish I had a machine gun.
Have you seen those guns? Like those money guns?
Yeah.
I really want one.
But how much you put in there to be free?
That's
like,
very
you need
true.
a lot.
You need a lot of money. You can't be doing
You need a stack.
smooth.
£10. Two that you put the money back in there. Yeah.
So the clip is empty.
Imagine.
Yeah.
But yeah, how are you, Michael?
Thanks for asking. Because I was like,
What about me?
Y'all ain't gonna ask me. No, I'm good. Yeah, been pretty good. Freelancing /
Oh yeah, you're in
art
that
stuff.
now.
So I feel like now I'm like finding a bit of like a rhythm
Yeah.
because the last 2 weeks was really the ghetto,
Kind of finding yourself in terms of like,
bro.
yeah.
Because I just be in my room like, what is the meaning of life?
Oh God. It gets like that.
Yeah, and you're just deep in like, is this even important? Why am I doing this?
How do you stay motivated as a freelancer?
Cost of living crisis. Yeah,
That
I'm not
does
gonna-
motivate
and
you,
that's-
doesn't it?
oh, yeah.
yeah.
It's crazy.
If you see the way I've been on LinkedIn, and I've just been searching.
That's the push you need.
I just search freelance graphic or IR35 outside designer
Jesus.
wow.
to find any gigs. No, it's specific, but I need to know one if you're gonna pay me outside IR35, but also
It's IR35.
like outside. I don't even know the full gist, but what I know is
Some
that
tax thing.
yeah, basically. So when it's inside, the company kind of accommodates the tax in the amount that they give you, so you get less.
Yeah.
But then when it's outside,
Then you do your own.
do your own
Oh,
thing.
fair.
So I was looking at that, and then like people be like, "Hey, graphic designer needed urgently," and then because I had nothing to do, I'd be like, "Yeah, let me take it," and stuff. All that. Jude, you gave me that like gig
I
yesterday.
did.
You did not. What are we
No,
talking
I
about?
did.
What's it? So confused.
It's like what?
What?
But yeah, I think
Yeah.
because of certain things happening, it's like cool. Okay, I'm finding my flow, reaching out to old networks or old agencies that I worked with.
I saw you that thing
reconnect.
for is it your boy?
Yeah, but that was like we
Time
did it
ago.
a while ago, and it just dropped now. So, but I think because it's all coming out around the same time, it's like okay,
Yeah.
cool, getting back into the flow. But yeah, feel good and trying to stay motivated. I think also because of certain things that we are working on, it's caused me to like look at my work. So I was looking at some of the projects I'd worked on last year, and I was like, damn, this is actually a pretty interesting like body of work.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about how to like expand it, change it. And I think also because of like looking at some other people's projects and being motivated from seeing their journey, and just like, cool, okay, I feel like I can do the same. So I should just like go like deeply into it and stuff. But
It's
yeah,
interesting though, especially because like even with what you mentioned about the your boy stuff, like
oh, shout out to your bar. His single Dono is out. I don't know about free promo, but yeah, no, free promo.
Can we run that?
can we?
No, we can't.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
It's
get
not,
flagged.
it's not good flag.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was gonna say like even stuff like your boy, when you realize like sometimes you do a lot of stuff and you forget that you've done a lot of stuff because
That is
It's
the
not-
life,
it's
that's
not-
the
yeah.
life of a creative.
yeah, it's not in your
Yeah.
hands always to put it out.
Exactly.
There's so much
exactly.
work I've never released.
But is it because you have like control over it, or is it because maybe the person who has to release it hasn't released it?
No, I've got control over it.
Okay.
But, you know, sometimes it just feels like there's just too much to.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. But it's because we
Okay.
do so much work, we don't realize it.
Right,
Mm.
right,
You know what I mean?
right.
And
I guess because
even-
we're always like thinking of the next thing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can't lie, I have a lot of work. I want to say in the next month or two that's gonna come out,
Okay.
but not because
Is this personal work or client work or
client
both?
work.
Okay.
And I'm literally just waiting. Like, okay, when are you gonna drop it? So I can post it. You
Share
know
it.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like now I'm just like it's a waiting game. Because the thing is,
Right.
Actually, I agree. I got one like that. Actually.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's so funny because, in essence, especially as freelancers now,
Mm.
the work you do brings more work.
Yeah, basically.
So,
So
if
you need the work.
you know
to
what I'm saying,
come.
you need
Yeah,
the, you
you're
need the
right,
work
you're
to
right.
go out. So
It's
people can be
basically
like,
your advertisement.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
and it's like you're just waiting.
It's crazy though how like it shifts. I remember first starting out as a freelancer.
Mm.
Like I used to actually do like, hey, I'm accepting clients now.
Right.
Commission's open.
Yes. So I'll literally be like, oh, fully booked for January 20.
I never got that. I got like,
You know what it was?
No,
Yeah, it's 'cause
I do because when you get so many like requests,
it creates.
like,
You know what it does?
sometimes-
It creates a
That's
certain
efficient.
hype.
yeah.
It's true. It's
So
very
you get to
true.
the point where you don't look. People just email you. You don't even.
Yeah.
But it takes. Yeah, I think when you're starting out, you have to almost just be
You have to
advertise
really
for
put yourself
yourself.
out
And you
there,
have to- yeah. Eventually, people start coming to you, but
Right.
you need to be able to bring in people. So then you
That's
can-
true.
Like,
You like build the
fully
momentum first.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I just think sometimes I want to say fully booked, but maybe like two clients. They're not.
No,
like,
but again,
No,
Like,
but fully booked
yeah.
is too clients sometimes because the how big the work is.
So I'm saying like how do you gauge if it's like fully booked or if it's like, for example, if one client comes and they
Yeah,
just
yeah.
want something that's quick.
But
And
nothing's ever. One thing I've learned as a designer, nothing's ever quick. You know when
some
somebody's
things are
like,
quick.
no.
Some things are quick. I can't
The
lie.
things they say is quick here
it
will
depends.
take
It
take
depends,
you
it
longer.
depends, It depends.
When
It
somebody
depends.
says, "Oh, can you just do this? It's 5 minutes." Red flag.
Yeah, that's.
I can't lie,
That's impossible.
No,
some things are quick.
there's some things.
Some
There's some
things
things
are
we can do.
Some
yeah.
things are
But I'll say about 95% of the people that have said that to me
Yeah,
become longer than 5 minutes.
Right.
fair enough.
Become days.
Mm.
Cause like I think I've got used to like just if you don't tell me what else you need,
right.
I'm
then
assuming
then
that that's
you're
not
Then
part
you're
of-
not gonna.
yeah, you're not gonna get that.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
So if you offer me £100 for me to adjust your logo to the left a bit, that's it. Anything else? If you say, oh, could you just adjust my logo quick for £100?
Right.
That's it. You can't. Oh, actually, could you put the right as well? And let me
Right.
have a look at that and see what
Okay.
that's saying. So I'm just assuming that
I get you on that. If it's like pretty clear, because I basically had that yesterday while I was doing the other thing, and then someone was like, "Oh, needed like help with like a banner design." I was literally just putting your logo somewhere, and that's it. But then I was like, do you want some other versions? Because I just had the time.
So sometimes, so let's do that. For them.
Exactly. So I was like, let me just get out of the way, but also let me just like help vectorize your logo so that you can scale it and stuff.
How do you feel about that? That whole like if a client comes to you and you can tell like maybe they don't understand that they could be asking for more in order to make their life easier.
I'd probably tell them. I think I've learned over time because like Burns, you know how you mentioned how those 5-10 minute things you think it's gonna be short, but it ends up being days. Straight off the bat, I'm just like now because before I think I learned through experience that you see every time that you say it's a short thing and then you now find out that there's more work to do. So this time I was like, because to be fair, she even said she was like, oh, the logo, I don't know if it will stretch large enough for it.
So obviously there was a problem already there.
So I was like, okay, cool. I'll see what I can do. So I kind of like recreated it. It was like a simple shape, and then I recognized the text was Avenir. So I was like, okay, cool. I just retype it out and then do it that way. So I sent those versions of the logo to her.
Yeah.
But in the past with like some briefs, like especially when working on like pitch decks. So I worked on this one pitch deck for this one upcoming agency, and I realized like, oh, like they don't really have like a clear like brand or like visual identity. So I was like, okay, how about I help with a starter visual identity that you can use so there's a distinct look and feel throughout this presentation rather than like something that you make on PowerPoint and stuff. So got to talk to them about that, and then it turned into a larger job. We've had pitch decks, sometimes it's a lot of work. But yeah.
It could be a nightmare.
But did it that way. But yeah, it's because I've learned like, through jobs where it's like, my graphic designer has disappointed me.
Yeah, but these times they never really ask the right questions or like inquire. Because I think one thing I love about clients sometimes is that I love clients that can be open and be like, do you think I'll need anything else?
Yeah.
Because they respect what you're
they're not coming in overly confident because they're like, okay, this is what I want. What do you think? Do I need it? Sometimes I'll just be like, yeah, you don't need this. You don't need this. This can do the same thing.
My thing, you're paying for a professional, so use.
Use it exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people, I don't think a lot of people utilize the people that they hire. They're just kind of like, oh, can you do this? It's like, okay, yeah, sure, I can do it. But is there anything else you need?
Yeah.
And then 2 days later, they're like, actually, I need this as well. And then 2 days later, they're like, actually, could you do that as well? Oh, it turns out I need a canvas. Yeah. It's like, well, you should have asked me when I was doing it in the beginning, But nah, I hear that.
Oh my days. I was gonna say even, what do you feel like is the biggest finesse of a role? Because in my mind,
creative director. Sounds personal.
Oh my goodness! I was gonna say PowerPoint designer,
bro. You know what?
It's not. It's hard work.
It's not. It's a lot of work. I think after working in agency,
it depends. I love using Google Slides. Though. My company uses Google Slides. I love it.
Some people get like paid very well for making very good Google Slides.
Anyway, though, if you want me though for let me know on it. info@burnsds.com.
I don't know if I'd want to do Google Slides though, because there's certain limitations that would really vex me. Because I love Keynote. Because even like how you can move like an object or like a rectangle on like Google Slides. Like when you're moving icons on like your wallpaper on your desktop on your Mac, right? And it locks to like certain parts of the grid.
Like, exactly where you've put it.
Exactly where you put it.
But this one's like
a bit more it will or like Keynote, you can move it freely on like Photoshop, you can move it around, pixels aren't an issue. But when it's like Google Slides, it will every so often it's jumping to the next thing. It won't always go where you want it to go. So I feel like for that alone, I'm just like
I think because we use the Google Business Suite.
Okay.
Right. What cheeky little stunt there.
Nah, never done.
Obviously, business, isn't it? Business. We're not regular like you lot.
Man. Obviously, we use Google Meet, so when you're presenting slides,
it makes it easier because everything is like
smooth.
Yeah.
That's the thing with ecosystems, though. I think that's what Apple does. So even, but so I'm trying to get into budgeting again a bit more. And like I don't know the Numbers app, for example.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't really like it, man.
It looks pretty.
It's basically Excel.
No, it is
Excel, but
it's too pretty.
Yeah, it's too pretty. It doesn't seem like it's as
you want
functional
it to
as
feel
an Excel.
very raw, black and white.
Excel feels like I'm doing work.
Yeah.
Numbers feels like I'm painting something.
It's like pages, but with
I like
pages
is the best.
Nice,
pages is lovely.
You know what it is? I just love having like a clear blank
That's
I mean?
it.
That's it.
It's not bare borders and like a shadow behind white. It's so
Oh my
weird,
gosh,
bro.
yeah, behind the grey.
Yeah, you know what I'm
she-
saying? Nah, it's true. But I don't think that's the biggest finesse though.
What?
Like a
Presentation
design.
Sometimes
You know, I guess it depends on the kind of job you get.
yeah.
But there's some things that are so simple. They're like
because I don't
But then-
think that's a simple job.
So it's not.
I think,
You're right.
in the creative space, people who generate ideas are the biggest finesses.
You reckon?
Yeah, just because I'm not saying that like okay, like because obviously subjective.
Example.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like it's layered.
Yeah,
Because the thing is, every creative can generate ideas,
of course.
right? And when it comes to working in a team or something, most times ideas are like combined. Like, oh, someone bring this, someone bring that, someone bring this. But there's someone in that position whose only role is just to think of it. The same way we all are. They don't touch
like
a pen.
come with like the
It's like a strategist.
come with the
like they don't think about they don't
they don't execute.
yeah, they're not part of the execution process of like
Right,
design.
just the
or whatever.
ideas.
So they're just like, I think that's a great idea. Let's do it. That's it.
I think that's really difficult. You know, I do feel.
No,
like,
I was gonna say because
Yeah.
you go.
No, I was gonna say that I feel like designers and people that even picture editors, for example, I
Yeah.
feel like they get slept on so much. So, for example, they do all the hard work,
Mm-hmm.
but somehow people forget that.
It's because the people
You-
on
you-
top will be like,
yeah.
I said the yes and I said
Yeah,
the no.
you're more seen as like a tool. I think that's one thing I experienced like when working, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes like the people that come up with the idea, that the idea in itself has to be a very good idea.
Yeah.
I feel like it depends on what the thing is. So like, I feel like within advertising, right? So obviously awards are a really big deal. And I know like, I learned that people in our agency got hired because they were able to bring award-winning ideas. And the way awards work with like how the notoriety of like an agency or like where they're seen and that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
you need that in order to get like certain work that is like celebrated and that raises like the profile of the agency and all that good stuff. So I remember when working on like only like one or two, or when I'd be put on a brief or like conversation, I remember when I even tried to like present an idea, I was doing it more from like a design image led thing rather than like an idea itself.
Right.
And I learned like, oh, okay, an advertising idea is completely different to like
From
a creative
100%.
direction, art direction idea.
Mm.
So when the creatives in another like creative duo in our department like presented their ideas, I was like, oh,
It's kind of like
okay,
the whole thing.
the whole thing,
It's
and like
holistic.
I was like, okay, I kind of understand that. I don't think that's my bag, but cool. Art direction, creative direction, that's calm. But like ideas with like advertising, I don't really know how it works. But sometimes there's like a bit of pressure for them to present an idea that is like so great.
It has
that
to always
has
be
to
that.
meet a certain mark. Because sometimes there are certain like quotas that are numbers that need to like be made.
Yeah.
Needs to be met. Sorry. And stuff like that. So that's why sometimes I'm like, it depends on the thing.
You know?
Yeah, no.
Fake numbers.
I mean, maybe that as well. But yeah, like
Hey.
there's pressure for them to deliver a certain measurable something to go back to like the companies or whatever that they're a part of. But sometimes it is a finesse because you're really just like everyone's doing the work
Yeah, and
you're just like overseeing everything. But
I'm not saying it's a bad thing per se or it's not needed, but it's definitely one of those jobs where I feel like when it comes to creativity anyway, most people in the room can offer an idea.
Right.
And I feel like any idea can work depending on how it's executed.
That's
and
true.
Obviously, how it's presented.
I think that's why creative directors are so important, because essentially they're the people that bring together those people that can make the idea happen. If that makes sense.
That's true.
So
Actually,
I feel like the best creators are the ones that have the ideas, but actually know how to actually put it together.
execution of the idea.
Because when you just bring an idea and you're like, oh, it's amazing.
It's like, oh, let's go to space.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a great idea. But how?
Practically.
Yeah.
And some things are mad corny as well, you know.
that's true. And
So,
and also sometimes
How?
it becomes a bit like a project manager role.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Because, but sometimes and not even sometimes, all the time you really need that, because when you're dealing with creative people,
Yeah, time.
And also,
a lot of us are dreamers.
Yeah, we're little big dreamers.
like
bro.
we're good at like I know for myself.
Yeah, I was
Anyway.
gonna-
Yeah,
I'm good at
yeah,
being
yeah,
like, let me
yeah,
speak for
yeah,
myself.
yeah, yeah,
Let me speak for myself. So I'm good at being like, yeah, great idea. Let's go.
Yo,
and then
Michael's actually bad at that.
Yeah,
you know, I
yeah,
swear.
And then
our idea that we discussed, we're still doing it, by the way.
You know what I'm saying? Like even
Yeah.
that, he'd be like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it
We're
next week.
doing
then
it. We're definitely
sorry,
doing it.
life happens and you're like, I'm tired. But deep down I still want to do it. I just know I have to like put the time in and actually schedule it in to make it happen.
True.
But a lot of people, when you're working with a lot of people like that, it can go very left if you don't keep them all like
Gotta keep them in check.
in a sense. Even though, yeah.
Do you think you work better when there's pressure from
What's the name of that? What's that voice note
the
thing?
pressure is getting worse?
What's that?
Pressure
is getting worse.
Do you feel like it? Because especially like
Yeah.
from what you're just saying right now and how sometimes you might be like all for the idea,
Yeah.
but when it comes to execution, it's different. Do you feel like perhaps you are an ideas man and maybe that's why you're not? so like for example, if you had like a budget of $500,000, and you had this idea to maybe shoot, I don't know, a short film or to do like a little campaign, creative campaign or something. Do you feel like because you're such an ideas person, you'd be like, yeah, I have this idea. You're a designer. You were like Taylor. You had this. This is the money. Go and do it. This is the idea I have. Come back to me with ideas so that you don't have to actually.
See,
sit
I
down
would
and
I would
execute.
like to think so, but no. Like I want to.
So you want to get
I
involved?
want to get involved.
But you won't get involved.
But I will. I
But I
will.
can't lie.
I just need to be accountable to somebody. I need somebody to
So
like.
you'd rather have that?
I guess manage me or like to check in with me to see like how it's going, because I feel like certain projects I can get into my own head
Yeah.
and I will overthink stuff a lot. So I just sometimes need like somebody else to just be like,
Soundboard.
stop. Let's move on to the next thing, or like keep it moving, because I can just get very stuck in a loop of myself.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
before I know it, like a
Yeah.
week has gone and you're like,
Yeah.
damn.
Now procrastination really pushes you,
That
does
too.
it?
That too.
Nah.
Push you
Trust-
where?
In sense of like
When
but
you've procrastinated for so long.
I hate it. It's not the feeling of like, you've got work due.
Yep.
The pressure is
It's
getting
getting worse.
And you've got
Yeah.
examples
Yeah.
that can all relate to
Yeah.
it. However, like the pressure of just knowing that you can't disappoint.
Yeah.
And the thing is, people do it in person, or you can see their face, and you show them the work. And you can see by their face they're not impressed,
Is that it? They'll be like, it's like, okay, is that it? Okay, cool. Let me know when you have more.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Nah, that hurts me.
Yeah.
I think that motivates me to start my work earlier, because it's like,
Right.
You don't
Right.
the fear of having someone else feel
Yeah.
like disappointed in you is it's kind of
it
high.
hurt.
Yeah.
Do you feel that creators are people pleasers?
Kinda. Maybe at the okay, you know what? Maybe at the start. I feel like for a lot of us when we start, the power
Dynamic.
What you want,
dynamics-
mom? What you want, sir?
Yeah,
I-
no,
I feel like,
it's
yeah,
very much.
I
I feel
Yeah,
like creatives are manipulators. I can't lie to you.
Or you don't get manipulated?
No. I feel like a great creative is a good manipulator.
In what sense?
see, I don't want to use the term manipulate.
Oh, just go look at
But we are good. When you deep it, it's a certain-
we're manipulators.
Yeah,
we're manipulators.
Nah,
It-
I'm not
it- okay,
sure.
if I call it a
Nah.
spade, it's true.
It's
Because-
manipulation. We literally manipulate images, manipulate text, manipulate everything.
Okay, I like
we
that, I
manipulate
like that. Yeah,
ideas,
yeah, as
and then we manipulate the client to believe that this is the greatest thing they've seen.
That's true.
No, we're
We're salespeople,
That's
but
what-
then again,
they're manipulators
salespeople.
as well.
I'm not
They're
gonna.
the worst.
I was really bad. Oh,
But
I was about to say something.
manipulation is more so you're selling them something that's not good.
No,
No,
it's not.
not always,
One
not always.
second,
'Cause-
one second,
no,
let's
because
define this.
no, because like with people pleasing,
Yeah.
that's an element of manipulation too,
It
because
is.
you're trying to manipulate somebody's
To like
viewpoint
you.
to see you in a positive light.
Okay, you're right. Okay, so manipulation says handle or control in a skillful manner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alter, edit, move, which you do all the time on a computer.
That's literally our
Like-
job.
Control or influence cleverly.
That's literally our job.
basically. Because
Oh, yeah, we're
no,
manipulators.
deep
We're
it,
definitely
'cause-
manipulators,
yeah,
bro.
when you have to
In a
like,
good way, though.
yeah, when you have to sell in a good way, like a certain idea that you think is the best idea.
Oh
Yeah.
my
A lot of the time, you know, when
I've
we
got
find
the
ourselves
best
trying to.
example.
Mm.
We didn't actually speak about it, but even till yesterday, even at the wedding, someone came up to me and said, "Congratulations on the award."
No, guys,
yo!
no,
We are manipulators. I just think
Nah, we
Same,
are.
same. No, like it's
We are.
bad.
Well
It's
done,
bad.
guys. Well done. Well done.
Just again,
we
guys,
actually are.
it was a joke.
Oh my days! We actually never discussed it.
We haven't. Wait, have we
It's a
not?
conspiracy.
Wow.
We never discussed it. Like people still think we won. By the way,
One.
yeah. As in people literally feel
That's
like
mad.
it's crazy.
That's manipulation.
No,
right
guys,
there.
we got a lot of like clicks. I think that opened my eyes to like, wow, okay, people
How this is the game.
people really show up.
We gonna play the
Because-
game.
Yeah.
We got 220
Yeah. Just
clicks
click
to the link.
Look at that.
So I was like, and it was like equal split between Twitter and Instagram. So I was like, wow, okay.
Nah,
So
bless-
if there was
bless you,
actually
though.
like something, you guys would actually vote. So thank you very much for attempting.
And
Because
the link's not working.
yeah.
Yo, I felt so bad. Like, yo,
I was
the link's not
airing-
working. It's like, oh, someone said, I think you guys put the wrong link. I think you should fix it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
people are trying to vote and it's not there. It's like,
I was
Like,
airing
it was
it.
like y'all haven't caught on yet, but thank you.
Yeah, love for that.
That's good. It means that they think of us in a certain light too.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it's eye opening as well. Like seeing
Mm.
like, raw, actually people love what you're doing, kind of thing, innit? And it's
Yeah.
like people actually want you to get these awards, kind of thing.
Mhm.
Or
Go on.
Or-
1 second. Let me just get my voice.
Messy. That's how she.
No. Nah, it's just because I think what I've realized is that sometimes people love to be there for the congratulations.
That's also the second
People
part.
don't
Yeah.
want to be there for the like.
Yeah.
the-
Trigger
So-
warning. Trigger warning.
I'm so done. Nah, but for real,
No.
because that's what I realized. Like people were congratulating, and I've never seen them ever like post or like
That-
say I love the
yeah.
episode or I listened to.
Right,
and which
right,
is fair.
right.
You don't have to because they might be actually listening to it.
Someone said it, innit?
Oh, I'm
Not
so
me,
done.
but I agree with that person as well, innit? But
You
I
actually
was
done.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
No, I think that was the other eye opener. Like, wow, okay. When it comes to like celebrating, I know we all do it. When it comes to the key moments, we're
Yeah.
all there to like show up for one another.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the day to day,
No.
it's cricket.
Like I
I
realized
hear-
a lot of
I
people
hear-
started following.
Mm.
I hate.
Like,
I hate.
right
I,
after.
hear it. I hear it though.
Mm. But
Everyone
yeah.
wants to be associated with some sort of success
Yeah.
or some sort of
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
good stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So obviously, on a day to day, you're probably not gonna get involved as much because it's just like.
Mm.
But I feel like, yeah, I don't know. It's like, yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. I think that's what it
It's
is,
one of
yeah.
those things. But the thing is that we all do it with everything.
Yeah,
we do it
100%,
with
yeah.
like someone's announcement if they get a new house, or if they get
Yeah.
married, or
Yeah,
if
yeah,
they
yeah.
get graduated.
Everyone's gonna be active.
Everyone's gonna do it. But when it comes to like, I know, like for example, one of my friends from my old uni church graduated. I think because like the whole pandemic, so they
Yeah,
graduated
last
already,
minute,
but
yeah.
they had their ceremony, and I just sent like, oh, I'm really proud of you because like, I know her story to getting that degree. Shout out to, I'm sure they know who it is, but yeah, shout out to them. And like, but when I really think about it, did I actually even check in with them throughout their degree and how their masters and stuff was going? Not really.
Yeah, but that's I
But
feel
you're
like
there for
that's
the end.
different though.
But it's the same
But
kind.
that's,
It's
that's
the
life,
same
that's
kind of
life,
thing.
though.
It's the same kind of
It's
thing.
life.
'Cause I feel like that's like life.
Mm.
That's very like it's someone's life. So there's 1,001 things
yeah.
happening. But with the podcast, this is literally what
True.
it's a whole avenue in itself. And it's either obviously you're interested in the podcast or you're not. And it's fine if you're not
You know it is
and
as
it's
well.
not for you.
'Cause obviously, I listen to other podcasts as well, obviously,
Yeah.
but it's like,
Boo.
but it's like, I don't listen to every single episode
Mm.
But
So-
you're aware enough to
to
know.
know what's happening.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like that's my point. It's like sometimes people will be like, "Oh, congratulations!" Like, and that post alone, people don't even read
Yeah.
like the caption.
We said this. I think we said this mad early. I think when we started the pod, I think we.
Yeah, people don't read.
People don't read.
yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, please, you'll get manipulated.
Yeah.
In fact, if you continue,
We'll exploit it. That we'll do for sure.
because I can't lie. I remember our first episode when we were like,
Yeah. It was even before our first
I
episode.
think when we posted.
Wait, was it our first episode? No, because we posted our promo stuff.
Yep, and they were like, "Oh yeah,"
And they were like, yeah, congrats. When's the episode
Yeah.
dropping?
And it was
we were
already
like
out.
it literally
it's-
dropped.
Yeah.
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 And we were like, oh, well, it's there. Episode 1 out now.
Wait, but to go back to the whole manipulation thing, and even going back further, Michael, do you feel like you need a manager? Because you know how in music, there's people like.
Yeah, sometimes.
Do you think creative should have managers?
Depends on the creative. I feel like some people know how to like best organize themselves and like, because I don't think all creatives are, you know, all because there's a stereotype that we're all like just floaty or like we're not as structured or we're not as organized and that kind of thing. I just know for myself, it may not need to be a manager, just more like, even if it's a friend, to just like check in, like, cool, I'm doing this at this certain time, and
Yeah.
like, just having that someone else
Like
around.
a PA kind of thing.
Not even a PA, you know.
He just wants accountability.
I just need accountability because even you know how you were saying with the pressure is getting worse.
Worse, you know?
Like
Worse.
when you procrastinate and then you're like, damn, I only have this window of time to get something done. It's almost like
Producer
that-
best work though.
yeah, no, sometimes, but then
sometimes,
it's like
sometimes not good.
but it's like it's that need to get it done that I guess acts is almost like a person checking to see if I'm on track in a sense.
Yeah.
So that's maybe at times why I procrastinate. But I know, like, for example, when I was first applying for jobs before I got my gig, like with Ogilvy and stuff, me and a friend would be on FaceTime every so often throughout the day, and we'd be applying for stuff. So I was like, okay, I know at the end of this session, and not to say it started off with me like applying for like 10 jobs, because the first time it was really, you'd open the application or ask for your cover letter, you're like, for flip's sake, this is long.
Maybe not.
No, I can't bother. But then
you're right though.
over time, okay, you do your cover letter and then you'd redo your CV, then you'd have made your portfolio, and then I started applying for jobs, and I think we just got into the habit. So it's more just getting into the habit of things, and then eventually, hopefully, it will work. Because I know, like, at work, I think being forced to work with other people, whether I like it or not, I have to respond to your email.
Yep.
And your team's messages. I can't avoid it. But then also learning, like, okay, I can prioritize some more than others, because you have to balance, like, the projects that you have and that kind of thing. And I'm not going to say I was perfect at that, because I still, like, maybe would just get too caught up in the work and doing that I just forget to respond. But I'd have to maybe put things in place, like, okay, set a reminder to message this person back or double check with this. Sometimes it still happens, but, like, I've learned how to, like, improve in that area somewhat. But yeah, maybe in the future I would probably benefit from having like a manager. But as for now, because managers cost money and the PA costs money too. I can hold out.
For what do you call it? For creatives, I think mentors can almost act like a manager.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
So I remember when I was applying for I wrote The Guardian, like that was my first time ever getting a mentor. And no word of a lie, like, is that almost God sent? It was God sent, because it's like he helped me to literally get my portfolio right.
Yeah.
He helped me to answer the questions in the best way, and that's what helped me to get the job. Do you know what I mean? I feel like, so I'll shout out the site anyway. It's called Recreate. So it's re-create.com, and literally you basically find a mentor and they help you to achieve a goal. So you'd be like,
So
okay,
it's
my
specific goal.
yes,
whatever.
and your ends. So my goal is I want to get my first design job. Achieved, we're done.
Right.
Thank you. When you want to get, you know what I mean? Now you want to do. I feel like mentors are basically managers for creatives.
Yeah.
Because they're essentially like, they've been in the game, they know what to do.
Free most of the time.
No, yeah, and this was free. So it's like, yeah. So it's like you're literally, so a more cost efficient way of actually doing that. You actually, you feel like somebody's actually watching over you and actually giving you that.
Yeah.
I think it's important. It helps you to grow, man. When you're just
It's
on your
true.
ones, and even with your own, like us three, I think all of us motivate each other. But again, because we're so busy with other stuff, it's hard to be like, oh, what you saying? No, do you know what I mean? So I feel like having somebody that's like above that makes it easier.
They can't be probably as familiar with too.
Yeah,
you know, like,
yes, exactly.
Because sometimes amongst friends, like I have a group
we
chat
be on a joke thing, fam.
where we all want to work on certain projects, and we're like, yeah, and we've like even set things in place at times, but sometimes someone might be busy, things might fall through. But then at times you're just like, okay, no, we actually need to be serious, because it's been, let's say, a year and we still haven't made the thing that we wanted to make. So I think sometimes we have to like, I think we're currently, some of us like, we might have to be more strict with like, and be more serious and like, look, if you need to, let's start calling each other out and being like, you know what, you're messing about. Let's
or even just
move or
having
pivot
days
and
where you
stuff.
just, I know you link up in. I don't know where you go on Sundays.
We don't do that anymore. The membership's gone.
No, but there's other places.
But
in
yeah,
London.
there's other places you can go to.
But like,
But
like even just having places where you're like, okay, let's just go once a week.
Yeah.
Just to hold
Do some
everyone
work.
like
Exactly.
Like even in our group where we used to do, well, we still not used to. We still
like
do,
monthly,
like the
things.
Google
Yeah, the
Meet
Google
link
Meets and
ups
stuff,
and
yeah.
stuff.
Like, everyone's
It's like,
working and talking.
Your microphone may be off, but just having
there.
like see people working is
Yeah.
motivating
Yeah.
you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So putting in that time to do it. If you don't put in the time, you'll never ever do it.
It's nice to have that balance though. Like me, because I like to joke so much, so I feel like when it comes to the work,
right?
I have no choice. Because if I don't, I feel guilty even joking around.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because it's like if you get it done, then you have more room to just enjoy and be yourself. That's the thing. Like, I think a lot of people don't really deep how much time you can save if you just get it done, as opposed to procrastinate. And a lot of people might think, oh, I'm procrastinating because I want more time, or I need more time, or I have so much going on. And that's obviously fair. Everyone has their own like space. But sometimes I realize that, like, when I have things on the go, and especially if you're like a creative and you're like freelancing and you have like 3 or 4 different projects, not just one, You have to get it
You have to
done.
get it done.
You have to get it done.
Yeah.
If not, your weekend is not yours.
Yep.
And it's not like a job where you can Monday to Friday you stop.
Mm.
Then you say, "Is this Monday's problem?" Nah.
Nah.
You be there on Sunday
my
night
best
stressing out.
advice is probably to just use your notes app or just carry your pen and paper. Literally, whenever you have an
Yeah.
idea comes to mind, jot it down.
True. To
Yeah.
do lists.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I always
Yeah.
now I just if I got the idea, I just voice note myself or whatever,
Mm,
just
mhm.
say it. Because if you start, I'll wait until then,
Yeah, then you forget it and it's gone. Yeah.
It's true.
you'll be vexed, fam.
Yep,
So just do it on the go, man.
I was gonna ask, how would you all say you are with like setting goals and actually like sticking to them and completing them? Would you say like you're pretty good with like completing them? Do you procrastinate with some, or does it depend on the project?
I'm a bigger procrastinator than
Mm.
I feel like there's stuff. I think at the moment, the stuff I want to do, if I'm being honest, I feel like because I've got other financial almost
Commitments.
burdens.
Commitments.
Or commitments, sorry.
Yeah, it's not a
Mm.
burden.
It's not a burden.
Yeah. God forbid.
Commitments.
Come on.
It's like, if I now spend money on this,
Perhaps not right
Right.
now. Perhaps not right now.
opportunity
kind of
cost is basically that.
Mm, mhm,
And
mhm.
it's things that I want to release now, which I know would slap. And I think it's more so taking a risk.
Right.
But sometimes you can't take risks because you've got commitments.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think that's what makes it harder. So I was like, things I want to do, but it's like,
Yeah.
that's why. So I'm not procrastinating, but it's just more so I'm slowing it down
Mhm.
until I feel like I'm on the right time to do it. But
Yeah.
then I don't like the idea that money is my limitator.
Right.
And this is so funny, yeah. What's today's? Yeah, today's today.
Mhm.
A few days ago, yeah, I was on eBay trying to bid for this camera. It was I
Mhm.
think it was a Pentax 6-7,
Mhm.
and I've been looking for this camera for time.
Mm.
Most of these cameras you have to buy from like Japan and stuff. But this
Right.
one was in the UK.
Okay.
So one, it was local. Two, it was dirt cheap, and it came with it came with 2 lenses,
Okay.
a flash, like a hammerhead flash,
Mm.
all the things I needed. And I was like, oh God, you've answered my prayers.
Mm.
And the bid was mad low because most of the time it's almost $1,000.
Mm.
This bid was starting at like 250.
Wow.
So I was like, this is mine.
Yeah.
Whatever the case,
That's it. It's mine.
this is mine.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, and similar to you, I have financial commitments
Mm.
that are more important right now
Yeah.
because I already have a medium format, but I don't want to use a rangefinder. So I'm like, let me try get this one.
Yeah.
Right.
And when I tell you, I was bidding, no one was bidding. I was like, so it got to 260. 10 minutes,
It's always done.
3 minutes, 10 seconds, someone's bid.
How much?
285.
Stop.
285.
That's so rude.
And I was on the phone with the missus, and I was like, I can't believe this happened. I was so broken here. I was like, because I would have saved at least 600, 700 pounds. I should have just pushed it a bit more in it.
Yeah.
But
But
then-
sometimes you can put like a certain like amount.
yeah,
So even if
yeah.
they bid last, like then at
Exactly.
least your thing will
And
go.
I put mine on 280.
Oh, Jade.
So like after I was so broken. Like the half of the day, I was just like, I was just deep.
You know, Obi's Monday again.
Oh yeah.
That was
Yeah,
rude.
no. That literally, I was like,
100%.
I can't believe this, man. But then
Yeah.
after a while, I sat down. I was like, thank God I didn't get it. Because I have a lot of financial commitments.
Okay.
And that would have been a very bad idea. Bear in mind, I wanted to shoot Kwe, who's one of the artists.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Let me just actually take my old camera out.
Okay.
And I did. And I
Mhm.
shot him.
Mhm.
I was really happy with the results.
Right.
Because I literally, like, I got the camera. I had, funny enough, a roll of Portra 400 laying in
Okay.
under my bed somewhere.
Nice.
I took it. I shot him. I developed the film. It came the next day. I was like, okay, cool. These look good.
Yeah.
But if I hadn't, and I was waiting for the camera to come on
Yep,
Friday,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then that would have been another financial thing of like having to
Yeah.
set up and all the kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So like I definitely forget. Sometimes you have to work with what you already have,
Yeah.
100%.
as opposed to trying
That is
to
the
find.
creative lifestyle.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to find new tools and
Mhm.
new
Yeah.
blah blah to kind of use.
Yeah, I was thinking back to uni times when I first started designing. I used to design on a Lenovo.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Whoa, that's quite bad. I can't
Fam,
even
and the thing is,
That's
yeah,
I was thinking,
Yeah.
You lot
Like,
violated.
you're exporting one video.
Yeah.
Then you see the battery goes from 100 to like 20.
mm. Oh my
That's quite bad
gosh.
though.
But
Quite like-
the missus yells like, "You need to change that laptop." Bro.
You're trying to sleep and you're trying to export files.
I'll never forget. Yeah, so I used to do some DJing
With the Lenovo.
yeah,
You're
That's
going
mad.
in
That's
still.
mad.
with during like first year in it.
Yeah.
Oh my days! So imagine a man's DJing now,
Mhm.
and this is like Jay Holland's times. Jay Holland's is if you don't know, he was during like university years. So I say from 2014 2014 to about 2016,
Yeah.
Yo.
he was like
He was
UK
the guy.
Afrobeats.
He
He was the guy.
Yeah.
And so I was playing like an Afrobeat set. And
Mm.
obviously Jay Hollins, whatever. Imagine my laptop just shuts down.
Yay. Yay.
You go capella. Hey, wonder.
Wow.
Everyone's like, what's up to
Yeah.
this laptop? Yeah, burden.
What, you're troubleshooting like Beyonce's DJ in the thing. Like, do not panic. This is just the DJ troubleshooting. Do not leave the dance
I
floor.
had to go grab the MacBook. I've had this MacBook since 2018.
Seen?
And it's still
Yeah,
Running.
it does,
Yeah.
it does its thing.
I always say get clean my Mac.
Right.
Oh, seen?
That joint does wonders. Makes your laptop faster.
Nah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
though.
like but even on that Lenovo, for example, like I think I produced some of my best work on that. Simply because I had limited resources.
Yeah.
Have
So
to do what you have
it
to.
pushed me to be like,
Yeah.
because I'm so limited,
Mm.
I need to go make a mad thing to
Right.
basically what's the word?
Compensate for the thing.
compensate,
Yeah.
for the lack of quality of the actual
That
thing.
fight, yeah. I miss
Fam.
it. Mm.
But now it's like I've got this thing which I can probably do like proper more crazy stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm playing it too safe.
Mm.
But how this thing overheats though. Like,
Mm.
This
It overheats.
the MacBook Pro 2018. Fam, look
Oh,
at
the bottom.
Look at the bottom. Where's the air coming out from?
Hey.
Here.
Fanning your legs.
Oh, yeah,
colours.
it's quite. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. I don't procrastinate as much as I used to,
Mm.
but like, someone shout out to Lauren. Lauren was telling me apparently because of this, moon rising Gatorade. Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, that apparently, if you're like Capricorn and
Mercury.
but basically,
Mercury and
yeah,
Gatorade.
like I think from
Gatorade, as in the drink.
Yeah, no, I was
oh,
being
come on, we're
stupid.
being silly.
The Mercury in
Yeah.
retrograde, but we're saying Mercury and Gatorade.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair.
But I think since I was like, I'm quite what do you call it? You know when someone is like laser focused,
tunnel
tunnel,
vision.
yeah, I'm very
Right.
tunnel vision with
Mm.
things. So it's like when I have to do something,
Right.
I'll get it done.
Mm.
But I think the only time I procrastinate is when and I think that's sometimes I get very overly very self-aware about why I procrastinate.
Mm.
So like when I'm procrastinating, I'll start asking myself like, why are you
Right.
procrastinating?
Right.
And then I'll clock maybe because I had an argument with so on and so forth.
Okay.
Or because maybe I feel uncomfortable about this, or maybe I don't feel adequate enough for this, that. Then I need to kind of like figure out. Because I think another thing, when procrastination happens, I don't fight it as much as I used to.
Okay.
Because back in the day, I used to like, I can't believe I'm procrastinating. I've got so much work to do.
So do you,
like,
you almost
like
try to diagnose why am I procrastinating?
No, you have to, because it's like
That's a good.
you're
bit
in
of
there. You're
advice,
in there
though.
now. Because it's
Mm.
like, I think a lot of designers do this where they suppress their emotions and their feelings and how they don't. The same way you'd go and use Clean My Mac for your laptop, you should
Yeah.
use that for yourself.
Right.
It's very true.
And then kind of like figure out why you're feeling the way you're feeling.
Declutter.
Yeah, for real. Because if not, you'd be running overheated and then you burn out.
That's very true.
Very true.
Mm.
And I think that's one thing that I've started to realize in like the last maybe year or so, that when I actually sit down and be like, why am I procrastinating? Like sometimes it might be something as silly as I didn't make my bed properly.
Right.
And my room is a bit messy.
Okay.
So if I don't do it,
The
I feel like I'm
environment's
in an
like-
environment
Right,
of
right.
chaos.
Mm.
Yeah.
So then I just like, if it's in chaos, I might as well just go on Netflix.
Mm.
But like I'll literally be like, okay, just switch on and just sort out your bed, blah blah. And now you realize, okay, now there's nothing else to do but work.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Mm.
So we have to make really intentional choices, man. Like it's crazy how you can have a really bad day or a really good day depending on the moves you make that day.
Mhm.
Like this is mad random, but when I was walking to the studio today,
Mm.
I cut in front of a car.
Hey.
No, not on the mad thing. Like it was a red light, so obviously they'll check. But the bus moved just as I crossed,
Oh.
so the car was obviously everyone's in traffic,
Mm.
but the car in front of it basically moved, which was the bus.
Mm.
And I just put my hands out like, oh, thank you. For,
Stop.
Mhm.
But I was like, rah, just me doing that for the slight, I don't know, 2 seconds
Yeah.
has affected the cars all
Mm,
behind.
mm.
Yeah.
And it's like how every single action you make
Yeah.
Has
can have a
reaction,
massive.
butterfly
Even
effect,
somebody
yeah.
just standing there with a coffee in the middle of the road, he's caused me to swerve. Every single
Mm.
thing
Mm.
creates an action, or
Yeah.
it creates a
reaction.
reaction essentially. So it's
Yeah.
like
It's all connected.
everything we do is very important. How we wake up in the morning, what you may listen to in the morning. So even going to work now, I listen to lo-fi in the morning.
Mm.
Yeah, I remember you said
Yeah, because now it's like, okay, I can read, I can think, I can
Right,
do all these other
right.
things.
Yeah.
Whereas if I'm listening to like Afrobeats in the morning,
Oh, that would get
whatever.
in the mood though.
No, it does, but it depends on the day. So for example, for the wedding, for example, when we're getting ready, yeah, put on some King Promise.
Mm.
I put on some Davido, I put on
It's
some...
Pause and give promise.
No,
Ladies
that's-
and gentlemen, King
King
Promise.
Promise.
King Promise. But like legit, you depending on what you want to do for that day or
Yeah.
what you're
Yeah.
preparing for, set yourself up for that.
Yeah.
If you set up yourself like it's like going to run a race and you're eating chicken and chips in the morning, like
Some fast people.
Yeah,
with chicken
no, it's
chips.
true.
no, but like if you were trying to be
It's not-
serious,
yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
do you know what I mean? Like, I used to eat Haribo before my race. That gets me
There's sugar in it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you have to make actions to actually get to that point.
So what happens if after your day is going so well,
Mm-hmm.
and then something comes in like a procrastination situation where you're like, okay, cool. Now you've got like you wanted the work, you've got the work, and now suddenly someone else is saying, oh, can you do this? Oh, so can you do that? Can you do this? Can you do that? And you're like, whoa, okay, overload in that particular moment. Because it's like, even though you set your day how you want it to go and it's going great, something, because the same way you're having a great day, someone's having a horrible day, and that can come and cross your path and then put you in a different mood.
I think the creative has to be able to say yes or no certain situations. So for example, someone might say, come and do this for me. And I'm like, I can't, sorry.
Yeah.
Can you do that at work as well?
Huh? Yeah, 100%.
Jeez, what? You got power, yeah?
At
So
work.
you-
And
you
the thing
probably
is,
need to, though.
not saying
Like,
no,
setting boundaries is
not
important.
saying
It's
no,
very
but
important.
if you've got a team,
Yeah.
say, how's your schedule looking like for today? Can you fit this in?
fit this
Can you
in?
cover
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
Because people are willing to help you.
Yeah.
And sometimes we feel like, it's all on our heads.
Yeah.
But actually we can distribute it out and actually makes it easier for us. Like, I think for creatives, we have to protect our time and our mind.
Yeah.
Because our mind, if it becomes coalesced,
I mean, that's literally what we work with.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You have to protect it.
Yeah.
Same way if you're an athlete, you have to protect your body. You can't just be doing anything. So you have to protect our minds. Do you know what I mean? I feel like Dr. Uma right now.
Protect your mind, Kane.
Come on, Kane.
Protect your mind, Kane.
You have to, because I'm telling you, if you're not looking after your mind,
Yeah.
what we're creating is gonna be rubbish.
Yeah.
We're too afraid. So
Yeah.
Very true.
yeah.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in to today's episode of Rule of Thirds. Feel free to share your thoughts with us using the hashtag RuleOfThirdspod. And for more from us, follow us on Instagram at RuleOfThirdspod, or our personal accounts for myself, Burns JNR,
Mike @_ man like Mike.
And Jude at Kente Kwame.